Hi, Josh. My name is Sean Everett. I am the website analysis expert at Zucor Marketing in San Antonio, Texas. Thank you so much for talking to Megan. She sent your website on to me for analysis, and that is what this video is. I am going to show you in this video why you are losing ground to these folks, Ameripro, online, and what you can do to turn it around. I have the numbers. I can show you everything. Let's get to it. Now, you have a great website. It is very interactive. There is the residential and commercial, and it's a place where if I was a customer, I would feel comfortable coming to because it looks like somebody has spent some money making this website. And, it's not something that you let the teenager do over the weekend. It's clearly one that was done by a professional. Let me see. Does it have a 2024? So it is up to date. That is awesome. That is wonderful. Now, I don't know who your web designer is. I don't know who I can't read that actually. KCWebdesigner.com. I'm guessing that's Kansas City Webdesigner.com. Now, I don't know anything about them. I don't, but they are essentially the body shop in the world of websites. They make the car look pretty. We are the mechanics. We make the thing work. Now, after I look at your site, the first thing I'm going to show you is I have this paid tool. I subscribe to it. It gives me all sorts of metrics of your site. It shows me how it's been performing over the last couple of months. This thing is called Ahrefs. We're going to come back to that. Now, the next thing I do is I do a regular old Google search for Overland Park, Kansas roofing. And the reason I do that, Google is responsible for 96% of the traffic on the internet, which means traffic to your site. And if you don't know how this thing works, and most people do not, then you can't take advantage of what Google has. Now, I'm going to show you how Google works by showing you how this results page is laid out. The first thing I need to tell you, though, is that Google has an algorithm. I hope your head did not just hit the desk because you heard the word algorithm. I'm going to try to make it not dull. I don't know how successful I'll be, but I'll try. Now, the algorithm is this mathematical construct that roams through the internet and is looking for three basic things. And those three basic things, if it has enough of them in plentiful order, it will reward you with a spot near the top of a Google search. And that is exactly what you want because being near the top of a Google search is money in the bank. Now, this first area here is what we call the map pack. And this is because they're attached to this map over here. And these folks here did something that the folks down here did not necessarily do or do well, and that is they filled out a Google Business Profile. Now, the Google Business Profile is like any other online profile, like Facebook or whatever. It's going to ask you what year your business started. It's going to ask you what your opening and closing hours are, and it's going to ask you to prove that you own the website. Now, once you do that, and if you get up here in the map pack, it will also include any reviews you have from Google so far. Now, the thing is that filling this thing out is sort of deceptively difficult or easy, however you look at it. You want to fill it out so thoroughly that the algorithm will reward you with this spot. And if you fill it out and it is not as precise as it should be because Google is a computer company after all, then you won't make it here and you will have wasted a lot of time and effort. Underneath the map pack, we have what we call the organic search results. And these are organic only in the sense that you don't need to fill anything out to get in Google search results. All you need to do is have a website. Where you are in the search results, well, that is what's going to be determined by Google. Google's number one thing that they wanted, just to remind you, was the map pack, fill out the Google Business Profile. This is number 2 of 3, and that is content. Now, this is Ameripro's website. I showed you that already. They say they are an Overland Park, Kansas roofing company, but I happen to know they are also in about 14 states. So I don't know where they are headquartered, but they say they're in Overland Park, Kansas, and that makes it true because anything on the internet is true. Now, I'm going to show you something with your website really fast. I'm going to copy and paste your entire homepage onto this word counter. And I'm going to do the same with them. Copy and paste into a different word counter, you have, what was it, 459 words, and they have 1,591. Now, as far as algorithms go, more is better. So 1591 wins. However, it's not going to be that hard for you to catch up. You do want to have more than 1,500 words. Definitely, definitely, definitely. That is the number that Google has determined is necessary to be able to teach their search customers something about whatever it was that they typed into that search results page. Now, whether that's oceanography or a roofer in Overland Park, Kansas, makes no difference to Google. They just want 1,500 words. They figure that's the minimum. I don't know how they came up with that number, but that's what they want. And Google is the gorilla, so when the gorilla wants to dance, you dance. Now, beyond that, all words are not equal on Google, and that is what I want to show you next. That is keywords. This is that paid tool I was telling you about before. You have 124 keywords, which is a great start. Keywords are words that Google expects you to have on your site to differentiate you from, say, a dairy farm in Wisconsin. So they come from your website, they come from your competitors' websites, they come from any website that is the result of typing in Overland Park, Kansas roofing. And they also come from Google searches, and they also come from various communities that you also serve around Overland Park. Now, I'm going to show you what your competitor has. You have 124, they have 4,200. Now, a lot of these obviously are going to come from the various places that they have offices. But let me show you what they are just to make it simple. We'll ignore everything that says AmeriPro in it because that's people who are searching for something that they already know the name of. But roof replacement near me, gutter repair, emergency roof repair near me. And here's something now. Roof replacement near me and roof repair near me, those look like the same searches to you and me because we're humans. We have the ability to understand and to reason. The algorithm does not. It does not know our language. It just knows what it has been programmed to look for, and it will determine what the order of that is depending on how many times. It could be a bunch of times this way on a bunch of sites and a bunch of times this way on other sites. So it will look for both. Now, replacing roof with solar panels, 24-hour emergency roof repair. Scroll way down here. What do we got? More, types of roof vents. Now, all of these are essentially Google searches, and they are answered by the AmeriPro site. If you want to know what types of roof vents there are, AmeriPro has a blog page about it. Now, there are another 126 of these pages. So that is something to know. There are a lot of possibilities, and if they're good enough for them, they are good enough for you. Now, the next thing I need to show you is backlinks. Backlinks is where there is a different domain than yours, and there is a link back to your site on it. In other words, your URL appears somewhere, and that could be like yellowpages.com or Yelp. Now, you have 53 referring domains, and AmeriPro has 184. This is a much smaller distance to catch up to. Here are their referring domains. Now, you want domains that are rated in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, ideally. This is the domain rating, the DR, and this shows the strength of a domain's backlink profile, meaning these sites have a lot of other sites referring to them. Whereas your site only has 53, your domain rating is 3.6. These sites here have domain ratings. This is a scale of 0 to 100 of 91 and 90 and 86. HomeAdvisor.com, Expertise.com, Yellow Pages. These are all things that you could get on if you wanted to. It's just as easy as filling out a profile. Now, other ones like your local Chamber of Commerce or Better Business Bureau, those might be lower in the 40s or 50s sometimes, but they are worthwhile having because they speak to your business and to your community. Now, what this all comes down to is this, that your backlinks and your keywords served to give you 14 visitors last month. That is up 2 from the month before. You had 12 the month before, now you have 14, which means you have approximately 1 visitor every 2 days. This is what Ameripro had. 4,900 visitors last month, and that is up 806. Now, just mathematically speaking, they have a much greater chance of their customers, their visitors, to turn into customers. It's just mathematically more likely that 4,900 would turn into a paying customer than 14. I don't know what the actual percentage is of visitors versus customers, but whatever it is larger than 14. So, and this is all exactly the result of being #1 in the search results on a Google web page. Now, I did something before. I did scroll down and tried to look for H&A roofing and construction in a Google search, and I was not successful in doing that. I'm going to try to do it again with you watching, because one of the things I want you to know is that most people are like you, and like you, they will search for a certain amount of time, and then they will say, you know what, I probably have what I need from here on up, so I don't need to scroll anymore. There are plenty of options that I've already scrolled past, and I don't know if you do the same thing, but let me ask you this. Would you have continued to scroll as far as I have already looking for a roofer? Or would you say to yourself, you know what? I have scrolled far enough. That is why you are not getting the traffic that you should. Your 14 visits were from perhaps, I don't know where, other sites, but this is something that needs to be corrected, because you clearly paid money to have this site be something that would become a tool of your company, something that would bring you customers, something that would bring you money. Now, I'm going to just summarize here. A, Google Business Profile, fill one out. B, more and better keywords. And C, more and better backlinks. Those are all necessary for you to get higher in the Google search results. Now, I know that these are things that you could put into practice today if you wanted to. I've given you those tips. They are yours to use. But if you would like our help doing that, we would be honored. And I know that Aaron would like to hear from you, or Aaron will follow back up with you to find out what your thoughts are on the things that I have presented to you in this video here. I just want to thank you so much, Josh, for sticking with me, and you have a great rest of your day.